So, where did we leave off? I remember, but do you?
Um, well, we fought off some corrupted watchers, or ash creatures in the form of watchers, either or. And received some more information about stuff, like about the lighthouses and how we should maybe prevent them from being lighted or activated.
Indeed.
Um, and we made some plans for going to the cave nearby that might have a dragon in it.
Sure. Level 5's a good level to start fighting dragons.
This doesn't sound safe.
Well, hell, Dungeon Crawl Classics has a level 1 adventure where you go hopping through planes. So
That's not really level 1 activity.
dealing with beings of chaos and law order.
Big heck. There's a time and a place for things, and I don't think level 1 is that time and place.
That's more of a role play or negotiation focused adventure than a combat.
Fair enough. So, it's the next day. You've gotten a nice night's rest.
Mm.
There's an uneasy air in the village because of the whole situation as it has unfolded. People are nervous. They don't know what that stuff is, and they don't know what all that acid goo is all about, so as you wake up, you can hear the mumblings down in the inn. Guards dutifully churning the rumor mill.
Yeah. What watchers might be compromised.
Could be.
Mm.
It's pretty easy to tell.
Yeah. Yeah. What would there be? Whole pack of them in the middle of town yesterday, and then turning into a giant blood monster.
Took only one fireball to clean them up, though, so at least there was that.
A fireball and a blitz-storm.
But it is morning. Where are you guys at?
I will be at my shack.
Progress has been decent.
Ah,
Like you can start to see some poles going up, some walls getting set up. So
okay.
with luck, you might have an actual room soon.
Yay. Oh, I also leave a note with the people doing the statue.
What's the note?
Just what I want called at the pedestal, the whole name thing.
Shitty gardens.
They should leave some space. This is probably gonna get updated very soon.
Instructions leave enough for like 10 more lines. But yes, you have a book about ash manifestations that didn't tell you about the lighthouses and their purpose.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, and the uh, elder of Newbrick gave us a stone to contact her.
Yep, the Hidstone, as you've so delightfully called it. Como,
Yeah.
where are you in all this? Where's Boyga?
Taking rest at the inn and showing up at the house because that's where Shady said he will be.
It's a cloudy day. It's not too bright outside, but, you know, it's one of those days where you just kind of have to make do with the weather. There's some workers starting to walk up to the building with materials to put up the walls. They're making it out of nice brick, so that's not all cold steel.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do want my house to be pretty sturdy, so uh, a steel door might be nice.
They can take care of that. There's a
What-
foreman, and he takes some notes as you offer them.
one of those doors that kind of uh,
It requires a pressure
Random.
plate to open.
well, I don't remember what they exactly call that. Kind of split in the middle, so you can open the top half and still leave the lower half closed.
Oh, one of those doors you can just gonna lean. Well, that'd make it for a nice house.
Mhm.
The foreman, curious, kind of leans in and asks if you got any plans to go, or if you're gonna be sticking around the village for once.
Oh, we do have some travel plans. Yeah, really.
Where to?
Oh, I'm thinking westward this time.
What you gonna do, West?
Venturing.
Of course, of course. Well, don't let me stop you. He kind of
Mhm.
he taps a cap he has, which is like steel and leather, sort of a hard hat.
And yeah, while I'm gone, you can ask for instructions from
From
Roku.
Crocodile. Yeah, from Croco. Croco McDial. He nods like he's taken instructions before from the druid Crocodile.
Be good, be good.
He's a remarkably good overseer.
Yeah, it's good to hear he's settling in.
He never thought he'd be taking orders from a crocodile, but here he is.
Mm,
This is what you get when you hang out with adventurers, really.
the world is a wonderful place.
Oh, frick, I forgot tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Wonderful, weird place.
I'm sorry, what?
Tomorrow's Mother's Day.
Hmm.
I need to get things. But yes, you could go whenever you want to.
Okay,
Have
cool.
you paid off your horses yet?
Yes, it was 100 gold light.
Good.
Yep, I paid that.
At the very least, you won't have to worry about that anymore.
Didn't really worry about it before, but
Now you can politely not worry about it.
oh yeah. Um, make sure you add some tables to the house or hitching post or whatever.
Oh, of course, of
Yeah.
course, of course. Naturally.
Well, I'm gonna imagine it is already a part of the plan.
Yeah, it's a pretty exceptional house. Like, although
Yep.
they might request to use it for meetings sometimes. That being said, it's probably likely that the elder's going to have a house just like this, nice and big, with a room with a curtain in it, of course.
Oh, naturally. Yeah, some nice watery grotto for Scaly Gilman.
They've already been building a pond, like they've been digging a pond, so don't worry about that. But he kind of beckons you off. He's like, you can go. You don't have to stick around for the whole time.
Well, I'm sure you have everything in order.
Of course, of course.
Yep, and I wander off.
It's still early morning, even as you had a
Mhm.
nice chat and had your
Mhm.
breakfast. Assume.
I'm wondering, maybe we'll buy some kind of dungeoneering gear or something besides rope. Mm.
What are you thinking of in terms of dungeoneering gear?
Like, what do they use? Some like hammers and pitons,
Pythons, yep. I was thinking
like
pythons.
handholds. Mm.
You'll want
And
you can have things like chalk to mark your directions.
yeah, like I could buy the whole Dungeoneer's back, but those are really heavy.
They tend to be quite heavy because they're filled to the brim with all kinds of like stuff.
Uh,
It would be a safe bet to have at least one.
Now, of course, it would also help to have like storage units such as sacks, light sources, tinder twigs in case you want to make an escape.
A quick question about the bags of holding.
Yes.
Do they have the same weight as the items inside it, or
Bags of holdings neutralize the weight of the items inside of them.
I see. So it's just a bag.
That's why they're
Okay.
called bags of holding.
Yep, just clearing this up.
You can stuff like a lead golem inside the bag will just weigh the same thing. Problem is pulling the thing out because you still have to lift it out somehow, but hey.
Is it possible to just turn it upside down and kind of shake things out?
I assume you could. It wouldn't be the smartest idea because you drop everything out, but yes.
Well, if it's just one item, like say a golem.
You and your lead golem.
Or I guess an army of kobolds.
They could
Has anyone
breathe in there for a
attempted
while.
this?
There is a limit to
I-
how much air is inside, though. I think it's like 10 minutes divided by the amount of creatures
Yes.
inside.
Yeah, well, it's well, when I've been reading about it, the thing said that you have to hold your breath, and then there are limitations on that.
Mm-hmm.
In which case, I'm going to prepare an army of kobolds with breathing masks.
There really aren't any kobolds or breathing masks in the area you could purchase.
In which case, I probably could affect them with that spell that makes the person breathe water, but unable to breathe air.
And just fill it with water.
Yeah,
Funky.
there you go. Now they can breathe.
That being said, Newburgh doesn't really have a kobold population, and besides that, if you told any kobold what your plan was, they'd probably say, I'd rather not. Because if the bag of holding is ever destroyed, they're basically stuck there. And, not a pleasant fate.
Well, but there's going to be money involved, so maybe they would jump into for the opportunity.
oh, this one. Yeah, Shady goes looking for a hat.
There is a tailor, a clothier, within Newburgh who takes care of much of the tailoring around here because they don't really have need of it. It's quite windy, but clothes may last a while because orcs make their clothing strong and sturdy. Strong stitches, good materials.
Alright.
You might not be looking to know, but he does have to take pride in his work.
I'll commission a fez.
A fez. The lady kind of looks up and thinks for a second to remind herself what a fez is.
It's this kind of like, if you want a picture, it's in the Discord.
No, I know what a fez is. I'm just saying that the lady that's running the tailor shop is like, what is that again? It's not like people here wear a lot of fezzes.
How would I describe a fez? Like a
It's like wearing a garbage bin that's red on your head, and it's got a little tassel attached. It's a very small bin.
Right then, I have questions. But number one
it's the short cylindrical peakless hat,
Oh.
covered in red cloth and with a tassel. It's kind of
She takes some
black.
notes. She's like a little notepad and she takes a couple of notes with some chalk.
And yeah, Shady's gonna draw a kind of little picture. What kind?
She gets it. And she just requests a couple of gold pieces to cover the costs.
Hand over 2 gold pieces then.
She takes it. She puts it on her work schedule.
All right. How soon do you think it will be completed?
Depends on if you can pay for some rushing fees.
Uh, how quickly would you make one?
I could have it done tomorrow morning, if not tonight, for an extra gold piece.
Okay, I'll throw in an extra gold piece then.
Gives you a little wink, and immediately starts checking out some cloth she has.
Beautiful.
When you pay rushing fees, she'll rush it.
Well, I bid you good day, and I wander off again.
You wander off again. The town is still quiet. You can still well quiet. Besides, everyone looks sort of rumoring. There's rumors going about you as well, since you were involved in this more than anything. And
Oh.
it's like, yes, they were fakes, but at the same time, people are like, why would a bunch of fakes like show up like this and go after you? Like, is it a good thing to have you in town still? You're building up a bad rapport by merit
Well,
of a bunch of
I
imposters.
point out to the naysayers that if we weren't here, they would have to deal with that army.
Yes. If we weren't here, who knows what they would have done.
Well, they might not have been here in the first place. One of the naysayers says with a big frown.
I try to convince that since they are so close to the watchman camp, they look very unhappy and overrun by the imposters.
Everything bad here has happened since you guys showed up. The big guys, the corrupt guys, the pollution.
Well, the corrupt guy in the wellspring was here before we showed up, and we
But
deal
what a
with him.
coincidence that you showed up and solved it.
A happy coincidence.
We're as much of the symptom of the problems as these creatures are.
The world is a
I mean, the next time a giant creature attacks, sure, we'll respect your wishes and not help you.
Jeepers.
Well, I mean, yeah.
But the naysayers don't care.
It's not like we trying to extort them for something when these things show up.
Tisk. They just kind of scoff at you. A little rumor mill.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna play a prank on them someday.
But with that, you were planning to go on an adventure, weren't you?
Yes, I think we were planning to head west. Assuming we're heading west, I would like to check up on the Watchman camp to see if they have been compromised.
Heck.
Aren't they in the east?
No, that's the west. They're in the northwest, actually.
They're to the northwest of our current location.
Oh,
They're
wait.
close to the lake.
I think you got directions mixed up there, buddy-o.
Yes. I sometimes confuse east and west.
How
Just
about north
remember,
and
west
south?
is best, east is least.
Mhm.
That should help in some way.
So yeah, we were planning on going to that possible Dragon's Lair that's to the east in the marshlands.
Nearing the mountains. Odds are the cave is elevated above the marsh.
Yeah, well.
Is this the same? Is this world has the same rules as Earth technically? It's like the sun rises in the east and such.
Jura, sure.
Okay.
Like, why make it
Well,
complicated?
yeah, sure. In which case, I'm going to point that out to Shady.
The
Here's an
sun.
easy way to tell it.
Hmm?
Here's the easy way to tell directions. The west is where the sun settles, and the east is where the sun rises.
Ah, that'd be interesting if the sun kind of rose from a hole in the center of the world. Would make for an even spread of light.
Regardless of your opinions on the matter, you should probably get ready for your travels. Gather up all your rations and supplies, strap them onto your horse.
Yep.
It will take you a couple of days to get there. There is a road that will take you quite close, but it will still be a day or so through the marshes itself.
So
Oh,
again, where are we heading? Are we heading west or east, considering Shady has mixed those two up?
You're heading to the Hereby Dragon Cave.
okay, if this is going to take a couple of days, I leave instructions to the head shop to deliver the hat to my shack. Oh,
Be careful that you don't come back to a crocodile wearing it.
on that note, make it 2 hats.
I
I'll
assume you
pay-
include another set of coins?
Yep, 3 coins.
Well, you're going to come home to a boy wearing a hat then.
Beautiful.
Man, did you know? Did you know that copper dragons can tell a joke that will literally kill you? That's incredible.
That's impressive.
Yes. But moving on. On your way there, or are you going to do anything else?
Nope. Packing up stuff and heading out.
Oh, how much is the Dungeoneer's back?
Yeah, we should probably keep track of that.
I don't know how much Dungeoneer's pack is. I don't think it mentions a price on it for some fuck off reason. You're expected to start with it, I think.
Oh, right, yeah, that's the thing.
It's a stupid thing. Let's make a game. I'll include the rules for. Ugh. Let me
Let's
see if I-
assume 15 gold pieces.
No, wait, it does.
It does mention the
does.
prices.
12 gold pieces for Dungeoneer's back. Oh, yeah. Huh. It doesn't say the weight here, but yeah, it does say the price.
Just super awkward that it doesn't mention the weight though. But at least it mentions the price, which is the important tidbit for now.
Yeah, but funny thing is the codex thing in Roll20 does have the weight, but doesn't have the price.
Heck. But yeah, it's 12 gold pieces for the Dungeoneer pack.
And it weighs 61.5 pounds.
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff with it.
Hmm.
Some of which you already have though, so do consider that when buying the items.
And rope. Yeah, we can have enough rope.
Crocodiles and fez is apparently a big thing. I like the ones wearing a pineapple jacket. I like how fat crocodiles are. They're such chunky boys. Wanna pat that gut? Pat a pat. So, you set off. The first day, there's not much. You go past Wellspring. It's kind of weird to go past it for once instead of stopping near it. There's an odd silence in the air. Light drizzle as you pass under clouds and rain. What do you want to say, Koma?
We should be on the lookout for more imposters.
Hmm.
You do eventually come across a patrol of like 4 or so well-armored individuals. One of whom has the makings of a spellcaster because he has a big staff. Another one has a lance. 2 others have swords and bows with them. And they hold up their hand and they say, "Stop!"
Well, considering they carry big guns, we should probably comply for now.
I don't know about that. So
Shady, they have the big guns. If we want to fight them, I want to be prepared.
How many of them there are?
4.
4.
4. Okay. Okay, I call up my back longbow.
Okay.
Let's not fight them just yet.
Well, I still have my longbow.
All right.
If you want to talk, go ahead.
There's no need for arms. Unless you have ill will in mind.
A farewell to arms is not actually about dismemberment. Which is a shame. It's a book.
Okay. the guy in front, the guy with the lance, as said, by the way, they are not like armed. They are just sort of having it off to their side in case they have to quickly draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Farewell to arms. I like how your disappointment was that it's not about dismemberment.
Yep.
So he immediately gets a bit nervous as you draw out your weapon like that. As you are escalating the situation. You can tell that they are watchmen because they have a little eye signature on their armor.
Mhm.
And yeah, he just kind of goes, why do you draw your arm, friend? Is there something that sets you off?
We had some encounters with some counterfeit watchers recently.
That is a stiff
Ashen
accusation.
creatures. Ashen creatures wearing watchman armor. If you don't believe us, you can head up the road to the west and you can check up in the settlement called Newbrick.
That is quite the accusation. Counterfeits. Ashen creatures. We've heard strange reports all over the place of large creatures.
Aside from the large creatures.
Just large and small.
It's an uptick in
Yeah.
ash recently.
We've seen the big ones too. Killed one as well.
So one of them in the back takes out like a small little telescope-like device and takes a very close look at you guys. And he starts muttering to the other people as he looks at Shady. Who looks shady.
I'm gonna make a sort of kind of looking glass out of my hands and stare at them as well.
Hmm.
Just to make them uncomfortable.
It just makes them snicker. Because you just look dumb.
Well, at the very least, they're not. I'd rather them laugh at me rather than try to kill me.
So the guy with the lance kind of leans in. You've got the makings of an ash creature yourself, you know. Shimmering, glittering in the light. Unusual patterns.
Oh, there's a difference between a ash and shadow.
That'd be easy to say, wouldn't it? If ash creatures start imitating us, then who's to say they don't start imitating other people too?
Well, they are
Well,
surprisingly easy to tell, though. They're not terribly good at the imitation.
Well, are they?
we can form coherent sentences and they cannot. They're leaking goo and we do not unless stabbed.
And they
And
also,
ours is red, not white.
yeah, they have all kinds of random deformities.
Then certainly you wouldn't mind putting away your bow and letting us take a closer look.
So, can we tell that these are just normal people and not ash creatures?
Well, yes, the same rules apply. They seem to be forming coherent sentences.
Also, one of the guys in the back, the one with the quarterstaff, seems to be casting some spells, and you don't know what he's casting, but sure is casting some spells.
Can I use Arcana to maybe identify?
Go for it.
Hmm.
You can tell he's using divination spells of sorts. Like he's just trying to figure things out about you.
Alright. Okay, okay.
Well, I mean, you can just ask instead of being all sneaky about it.
And ruin the element of surprise?
I say fine and make the boat go away.
Have you covered your face in any way?
No.
He comes in about a horse length away at this point, and sort of leans in very closely, and then goes back. He hears armor rustle from this distance. Seems to be in order. Although your friend is kind of unusual. Now that he's close enough,
I
you can
It's
kind
not
of
a lot.
tell that Boyga isn't like a normal person technically would be.
Yep.
well, we've heard that before.
He frowns, and you can almost hear his lips moving around under the armor as he.
Yeah,
that
I'm not for sale.
Yeah, he's a special boy.
I hope not a problematic boy.
No. Unless you are an ash creature or something, then he's what the hell? Quite the hellion.
I see. Well, we won't keep you any longer then.
Oh, thank you.
They start riding by you.
Well, I keep an eye on them while we also ride away.
They disappear in the tree line soon enough.
Oh, hey.
So, I'm going to need a survival check for you to know how are you going to find the cave is the question. To the best of your knowledge, it's somewhere on the cliff face, and you are starting to approach the mountain's base.
Yeah, we are right there, survivalists.
Okay. Well, with that kind of stuff, you can
Maybe
sort of,
maybe it's just visible clearly in this kind of weather.
well,
maybe
it's
it's
a light drizzle. The weather has been declining as you go closer to the mountains.
Hmm.
So you go along the mountainside. The swamp is somewhat rocky and dry, and the smell of swamp gas and all kinds of humid stuff is a lot less around here. But eventually you look up and you start seeing like large openings in the walls of the mountain, leading into caverns of sorts.
Alright.
You see one part of the rock jutting out as if it's some sort of landing plateau all the way near the top.
Does it in any way appear well used?
You can't really tell from here. You could always stake it out if you really wanted to.
Okay.
So is that just a crocodile's tongue that's that giant yellow thing, or what?
Yes.
Those tongues
Yeah,
are
it's
huge.
a snake. Oh, wait, what? Oh,
No,
this.
I meant Como's picture. That other picture with the big tongue. Oh my god, that looks so dumb. Out of the water. Sproing. Such fat boys. It's so funny to see their guts piling out. I always thought they were slimmer. Just see huge lumps. They look like dough. Lumps of dough. Anyway, you travel along. You are now like near where one of the caves starts to go up. You could try to scale the mountain wall. You could try to go through the caves, or you could wait it out and see what happens.
At the very least, we shouldn't just invade a dragon's home. So I would suggest set up a tent and wait it out for a day or two. We have the supplies to do it.
And the skills.
Okay. We set up a tent.
For a few. Yeah.
And you wait it out. The weather remains kind of wet, drizzly. From time to time, it's quite rare. It's like once, maybe twice per day. A large dragon-like figure comes from the landing platform at the top, leaves, and then comes back after a little while.
Hmm. What what does the creature look like?
Perception check.
Whoop. Okay.
Okay.
At least our characters are taking this seriously,
So
unlike the times
the
before.
creature's scales are quite shiny, even from down here. You can make out that that has a really very spiky exterior. Spikes on its tail, spikes on its head. It's got that very scary appearance, and very large wings as well.
Um, what color are its scales?
It's difficult to say with the lighting, but it's definitely a muted color.
Hmm. Right. Spiky and shiny. How long does it, when it leaves and enters, how long is it away from the cave?
A couple of hours or so.
Hmm.
It tends to leave early in the morning. Sometimes it leaves again just before sunset.
Probably just picking up groceries.
Cool. Does it do this on a regular schedule?
As I said, it does, yes.
Okay, so how do you
Do you
want to
want to try
approach?
to sneak in or something?
Yeah, do we sneaking when it's away or when it's in?
Why would we sneak in? We're not thieves.
Oh, kind of depends on what kind of dragon we are talking here.
No, I'm sure we'll be fine if we can amuse it at the very least.
By the way, now that you've had some time here,
Yeah.
you can kind of make out that the landing platform has a vague dragon shape to it. Like the whole thing has a very vague dragon head shape to it.
Oh,
That is pretty egotistical, but then again, it's a dragon.
huh.
You've also
Okay.
found yourself quite giggly the last few days. You don't know why.
Oh no.
This place is
Oh, no.
weird.
Yes. I think I know who that is.
Hmm.
But apparently every time I try to recall, I just laugh to myself for no reason.
There's some nitrogen in the air.
No, it's not like it's not like that.
But it could be.
It could be probably, yes.
Chemistry check. Okay, so when the dragon uh, leaves in the morning, I'll climb up to the platform.
It's quite high up there. It's a few hundred feet. Like you're scaling quite the building here, but luckily there's not a lot of crosswinds, so you don't have any issues with that. The rock itself, it's like it's a steep slope, but it's not like sheer rock walls. Eventually make it up to the platform. The view from here is delightful. Despite it looking over mostly swamplands, it's quite a nice view. The trees look very beautiful from up here with the light drizzle and the flickering sun rays. And behind you is
Yeah.
the entrance to the cave.
This looks nice.
Como, what do you do?
I would caution Shady from doing anything rash.
And you just remain downstairs.
Oh yeah, I let up the rope down.
You have just enough rope to make it down. Because, like I said, it's quite high up there.
Emergency escape. Emergency escape, I suppose.
Just sort of tie some ropes together.
Can you imagine if we had to run away with a crocodile on our backs?
The crocodile can probably just cast spider climb by this point.
Well, we also have a horse that can walk on walls.
Oh yeah.
One just
You
have-
walk into the stables and your horse is missing, and you look up and it's standing on the ceiling.
I'm just fine with it. Anyway, you're both up there now. Como, you find the view quite nice. Something about it feels strangely familiar, but you don't know what it is.
I'll go take a look at the cave opening.
So the cave opening is just an opening. There's an extremely large, like, curtain of sorts hanging out in front. It's bolt closed, so you can't see very far into the cave.
Okay. Can I detect any weapons, relics, magic?
There's a large pile of stuff behind the curtain somewhere. You can sense it's a lot of good stuff. Like, your senses don't go out far, but this is enough that it starts to tickle your senses even now.
This is the one creature I would not try to steal from.
So, what's our plan? Got here, and yeah. What do we do here? Right.
The initial idea was at least to investigate this in case the dragon knows something about the new ash creatures.
All right. Well, the view is nice here. Do we wait for the dragon to return, or?
Yes, if they decide to be hostile, there's the rope.
With some serious rope burn.
Well,
So you're going to wait outside the curtain, or you're going to see what's inside?
Just inside the entrance, so we don't get drizzled.
Okay, so you don't peek past the curtain.
What's wrong?
It's just looking at my traits and flaws.
Well, plus you should be feeling pretty giggly, so that's in character.
Shady's fiddling with the curtain.
Please don't.
As you fiddle
so
with the
nice.
curtain, you
Wonder what,
you get
what
a
the
small
fabric-
peek inside.
Hmm?
You see a lot of pillows and some very nice mood lighting.
Oh, well, this is a nice looking cave. Oh, comfy.
Very comfy. It's also very warm right behind the curtain.
Do I notice Shady doing that?
Most likely. I mean, it's not like you're doing anything else.
Then I would like to pull him back, or at least try to.
It's a really nice looking living room inside. Pillows. Wall.
It is kind of cold up here at this altitude.
Would be nice to take a nap in a warm cave.
Yes, but so is our tent.
It's not exactly warm.
Don't be such a buzzkill, Como. Boy,
Or
girl.
filled with pillows.
I'm just very concerned.
It's just a nice warm cave.
Fine. Shady, if you die, this is all on you. As I cross my arms and just plop my ass down on the floor.
Shady goes and takes a nap on a nice warm pillow.
So as you enter past the curtain, you only have to draw them up a little bit. They're quite heavy because there's a lot of curtain. For you, at least. For a dragon, it'd probably be like a regular-sized one. You enter into a room. There's lots of pillows around. There's a giant hoard of stuff over in a corner. There's some runes around that pile of stuff. But it's also very warm. There's unnatural magical lighting all over the place. There's also a stack of books next to the pillows, but they're very big books, like they've been enlarged by magic.
Yeah, well, it's going to take a couple of hours for the dragon to get back, so nap time.
The instant you hit one of the pillows, I want a wisdom saving throw.
This has got to be a trap. I knew it.
You find yourself falling into a deep, deep sleep. Como, what are you going to do in the meantime?
I will be on the lookout for the dragon, and as it approaches, I'll try to pull Shady out of it.
So, eventually you see the dragon in the distance. You see its silhouette dawning from between the clouds and the drizzle, and becoming clear as it comes closer by. You head past the curtains and head up to Shady, and need to roll a wisdom saving throw as you approach the pillows.
No heck.
You too find that it might be a perfect time for a nap.
And I just fall face forward into one.
Not necessarily. Just that it might be a good idea to take a nap.
In which case, well, I suppose
I find it hard, by the way, like if you are trying to wake up Shady, it's very difficult to do so.
Yeah, and now I'm falling asleep myself.
Well, not necessarily. It's just that, be a good idea to take a nap. It's nice pillows, you could use the rest, you've been on the road for a while. Well, it wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah, but there's a dragon right there.
I'm not saying you have to, it's just would be a good idea.
I struggle with that idea then.
Yeah, you only have so much time to struggle before the Dragono shows up, though.
Yeah, maybe like 5 minutes.
So what are you going to do?
Well, 5 minutes is probably not going to hurt too much, right?
Certainly. You decide to also take a nap. I guess. So the two of you are asleep and find yourself in a beautiful dream of your own creation. You're perfectly lucid in this dream.
Uh-oh.
So you
Are
can
we sharing it?
Nope, you're in your own unique door. You can share it if you want to, but you're not like forced to. It's like you can exit your own dream and be in this sort of hallway where there's doors leading to other people's dreams that are also sleeping on the pillow.
That is funky. I'm going to walk into the corridor and try to pull on the doors to see where Shady is.
There's only one other door because there's only one other person sleeping on the pillows.
And I fling it open and prepare to close my eyes in whatever perverted dreams he is having.
Shady is walking on a long path that is where instead of rocks or sand, it's gemstones. The grass is beautifully perfumed. The weather is nice, clear, perfect. The air is not hot or cold. Shady is walking along, whistling.
My dream is just a weird one with a ship driving through land.
Shady's juggling some gemstones.
They feel real. Like this whole place is as real as it gets. It's almost like you're in another plane of existence. But with that, you have your fun. Time Time in Dreamland is different from time in real life land. And eventually, a very large dragon just pops up out of nowhere. He has a big old grin on his face.
Hello there.
Why, hello there!
Did you dream this up?
No, he didn't. I did dream myself up, though.
Oh, that's nice. It's a nice day.
Oh, yes, it is. It's a very... Well, I like the weather out here. That's why I settled out here, but looks like I got my hands on you two now. Were you trying to steal my things?
No, we were just wanted to have a chat with you, and then I got sleepy.
Oh, that's how it happens to everyone. Don't worry about it. I made them just for that purpose. Well, you know, I don't really like people that just show up and start using my beds, but you can pay your debts off. I'll just use your bodies for a little while. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But you had questions.
Don't steal our organs.
Yeah. Do you know anything about the shadow creatures menacing the land?
Shadow creatures.
Yeah, they've been kind of a hassle. Big ones, small ones, weird ones.
I mean, you're
Did you
pretty
mean-
shadowy yourself. Shouldn't you just be able to talk to them?
No, not shadow. Ash creatures.
Oh, you mean those rocky guys. Oh, well, that's all them human creations, aren't they? All them silly ones with their silly wars.
Yeah. They're those, like, really big ones. They're like almost mountain-sized things, kind of walking about.
Oh,
Has
yeah,
some-
I've seen a few of them. They're easy to scare off.
Oh, well, they're not too difficult to destroy either. If you
Yeah, I know. I gave them a few shots themselves. Now that I think about it. Now, anyway, what do you want to know about them? I know some things. It's very easy to get people to talk when you get them to laugh.
uh, did you have something, Boyga, in mind?
Yes, I would like to know where they're coming from, because clearly, well, they are coming from somewhere, because we haven't seen any,
Oh, this is as simple as it gets, you know? All you need is a blueprint or something that looks like a blueprint, and then you just do some amakazam alakaboo, and the land itself helps you.
so they are created out of the ash in the soil.
Close enough. But you need a blueprint. You need something close by that looks like what you want it to look like.
That is kind of weird, but yeah, there's it in, well, I mean, we found the blueprints before, right?
Oh, here's that little book of yours.
Um,
So he suddenly has a book in his hand, which Shady you recognize as your own book, only it's like several times larger, so that he can hold it.
oh yeah, my notes that I took.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I know these things. They're all buried all over the place. That's something me
Oh.
and my friends did so the people wouldn't just find them. But I guess someone did.
Yeah, some of those ashy people.
Yeah, well, they're still buried from what I told, what I saw. I check
Well,
up on them, you know, make sure they're all nice and sleepy.
they are buried, but they're making like copies of them, I guess.
Oh, yeah, the Ash Lords, aren't they? They're such skips.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is why I said we should have destroyed all intelligent life years ago, but look where we are now. We're a little too late.
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
Aren't dragons also intelligent life?
I mean, you're a different tier of intelligent.
yeah. Compared to
Oh.
you folks, we're kind of on the net level, I guess.
Well,
I guess all the monster races are not the brightest tools in the shed, huh?
Hmm?
Not the tastiest crayons in the box.
what? Not the tastiest crayons in the box.
The
Ugh.
joke about silly people Well, technically it comes from like Marines, so army and such, that they eat crayons.
Heck, man.
And I
heck.
mean, a screwed up metaphor or comparison could stand in for a good joke too. I mean, at the very least, you laughed. I would imagine the dragon did too.
Well, anyway, I should probably leave you guys to your little dreams. Unless you got a question. But I kind of gotta go.
Where do they need to go?
I gotta go back to the real world, of course.
Okay, yeah, fair.
I need you guys to sort through my loot a bit and reorganize and do some counts. Should take more than a couple of weeks.
Well, don't forget to feed us.
Oh, don't worry. You might wake up feeling a little preserved.
Oh, what? Like
Is he gonna make pickles out of us?
like
More
salted?
like preserved in the sense that you'd preserve a body.
Ooh.
So mummies.
Oh, you'll be alive. You'll not be mummies. Just that I don't want to have to worry about feeding things.
Oh, shrink wrapped.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
Shrink wrapped, like with plastic.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking crayon sandwich. It's just a small price to pay, for coming into my house uninvited and sitting on my pillows.
I nudge Shady and I say, he told you.
Well, yeah, sorry about that, but it just looks so inviting,
Oh, that's
like
the point.
cozy.
That's called entrapment, and technically in certain countries it's illegal.
Just you see the dragon like having this blank expression of like, what? Oh, don't be such a buzzkill.
I'm not. I'm just being deadpan. Deadpan is funny too.
Deadpan is the word I was looking for, like a deadpan face.
Yes.
The point is, you've managed to stun this dragon.
I'm doing my best here. One moment, I'm gonna mute myself because I need to blow my nose.
Not your nose. Eating carrots dripped in ranch. What the hell?
Have you ever watched Good Mythical Morning?
No.
Yeah, it's a pretty funny YouTube thing. They have these things. I don't know what's the name of the series, but they kind of do these food experiments. Like will it birthday cake, for example, where they make stuff into other stuff and then eat it.
Ew. Well, once Como's back from his nose.
I am.
Well, since you don't have any more questions, I'll be sliding right out of here. You can
Okay.
make this dream last as long as you want, but don't worry about it. Your bodies will be fine.
Assuming
That's
they are indeed fine.
You'll just
Can I
lose a
come
couple of
again?
weeks of your life. You'll live without those.
not. Oh,
Mhm.
well. Oh yeah, any advice on the whole shadow thing? No, ash thing.
Well, I guess I should let you in on a little secret. They were working on a big thing that's so powerful that even all the dragons, vampires, and liches in the world couldn't put it back once it comes up. It's gonna be a great
Yeah.
joke.
Is that the thing that has something to do with the lighthouses?
Well, I know the lighthouses are supposed to be something of something, something, something.
Hmm.
Yeah, well, apparently it's the World Eater.
Yeah, that's what they called it. How did you know?
We've had a few run-ins with the mastermind behind it.
Ooh, aren't you lucky? Did they tell good jokes?
No, unfortunately, they were very droll.
What's even the point?
Kinda try.
What's even the point? Well, see you guys in a few weeks. And he just poofs away.
Bye. Oh, back to juggling gemstones. Yeah.
So, after a period of time that you are unable to distinguish in any way, shape, or form, to the point that when you wake up, it is the weirdest waking up you've ever had in your life. You are
Hangover.
sore as all hell.
Uh,
I need to look up how exhaustion works exactly because you are very much worked. You were worked down to the bone on this. Because, you know, without your body, your minds to be able to resist, he could just work you into the ground.
ooh.
And when you do come to, it's like you see like all the loot has been neatly stacked. Like you did a good job. It's something to be proud of, but at the same time, it's like everything hurts. You have 2 levels of exhaustion, so it's gonna take like 2 days of proper rest to get over this. You have disadvantage on ability checks, and you have your speed halved.
That's
You are just.
Well, I hope the town doesn't mind that we just disappeared for a few weeks.
Who knows? Newbrick might just be a crater. With only your house remaining, Shady. However, now that you're
Because
finally
it's
back,
the only one that was built from brick.
Shady, now you've come to. A small sack of gold lands on your head. It like not like from far. It appears like an inch above your head and goes bloop.
Thank you. I look into sack.
The sack has like 100 gold pieces in it.
Oh. Well, thank you.
The sack is marked with a very distinct mark that you are strangely familiar with.
Oh. Does it like?
The bag itself has a shadowy quality to it.
Oh.
It's your month.
That's 1.25. That's 1.25 gold pieces per hour, assuming a 40-hour week for 2 weeks. That is. Does that actually cover the minimal wage in this current region?
Well, I think most people make like a couple of gold, silver pieces per day or so of work. So.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Oh, is this part of my tribute?
Most likely.
Oh, Shadow Lording.
If you ask your little assistant, she will say yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Including like reinvestment and the shares owed to the other guy.
Well, still 100 gold is nothing to sneeze at.
You can afford your whole mansion some upkeep with that.
Hey.
Especially if it goes up over time. However, it's been a few weeks, and you notice that someone else is lying on the pillows. You're not on the pillows. You're like on next to the floor, on the next to the loot pile. But there's someone on the pillows. And Shady, you feel like you should know this person.
What do they look like?
They're a bird person.
Bird person?
Yeah, they're kind of like a raptor, you know, like brown feathers, sharp head, very sleek wings.
I'll try to jog my memory.
The thing is, you don't recall them. Like, you don't actually remember ever meeting this person, but at the same time, you feel like you know them.
Well, if you've seen one bird, you've seen all of them. Haha.
You feel a strange sort of like a distant connection between you two, mystical in nature.
Oh, is this one of my warlocks?
Could be.
I tried poking at them. Wake up.
You poke at her, but she doesn't really move because How do I say this? She is like under the effect of the pillows, and the dragon doesn't seem to be here right now.
Okay. Can I try contacting my assistant
Yes, you can do that.
and
You can
Get
probably get into her dream.
get a kind of just check if this is one of my apprentices or underlings or whatever the term might
They
be.
they are essentially one of your underlings, one of
Ah.
your I don't even know what it'd be called. One of
Why
your
are they
warlocks
here, though?
Well, after Shady eventually like vanished and his mind consciousness was somewhere where they couldn't reach him, it's only likely that like one of the warlocks was sent to find him.
A hinge person.
Hench lady.
Essentially.
Okay, well, I'll try to drag her out of the gate then.
As you drag her off the pillows, she slowly starts to come to. It's a slow process, mostly because, as you yourself experience, once you're in that dreamscape, once you come out, it's like it's super surreal to come out of it. She's like,
Okay.
what?
Wakey, wakey.
Waking up to a three-eyed lizard is probably terrifying. And a cat.
Who are you?
You're Lord and Master.
Oh,
Hello.
wait, you're not the guy that, whatever. Just kind of gets up and dusts herself off, like.
Yeah, we are under new management. My management.
I guess. Glad no one told me. Just got a message telling me to come over here. Well, you're fine.
Come.
I'm fine. Both fine. Okay.
Yeah, the dragon has some really good sleep magics.
A quick clarification to the warlock. Has she actually met a dragon yet?
Nope.
Good. If she didn't, that's fine. If she did, we'd have to put her back to sleep after this.
Rude.
While stealing someone's workforce is not exactly a good idea. But since they're not aware, they've caught another person.
Oh, all right. So, how long was I out? I
What
passed.
date is it today?
I think it was like 2 to 3 weeks ago or something that I got the call to come find you or something.
Oof. Man, that's almost a month then, doing some sleep work. I don't know.
To be fair, they're not
Uh,
easy to find.
Is the world still intact?
Let me.
Oh.
Create.
I mean, had any apocalyptic events recently?
Well, there's giant creatures all over the place nowadays. And there's more like storms and stuff. And hey, there's like this new doomsday cult that showed up.
Another one?
Yeah, they're all like the Ash Lords and the end of the world and the destruction or something. I don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, well, I'm afraid we do.
I was too busy coming over here.
Oh, have people been talking about the lighthouses near the shore of the sea?
Yeah, like 2 of them lit up recently.
Ooh, now that's less than good.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Well, all right
We
then.
do have to extinguish all of them, though, right?
Yes.
And they only need one.
They only need to light them once, but you need to shut down all of them.
Ugh.
You can't just shut off the ones that are on. Also the ones that are off.
Yeah, that's fair.
Well, I thank. Okay, what's your name?
It's Miss Dawnfeather, sir.
All right then. Well, you did good work. Dawnfeather. finding
would be-
me.
It would be amusing if Shady just instantly misspells the name and does so every time.
Oh,
It's a bit of an overplayed joke, though.
it's down
Yeah.
to
It's not up to me. Hello?
She kind of waves at you two. So who's he? Or she? Or whatever.
this boy girl,
An
traveling,
assistant. There you go.
Wow.
traveling companion, overall nice fellow.
Well, that's good to hear. So what now?
Did you have any further instructions beyond finding me?
My instructions were to find you and help you out where possible, and now that that seems to have been resolved, I don't really know.
Okay,
Kind
well
of new
that's
to this stuff.
yeah. Well, if you don't mind, you could accompany us to the. Actually, has there been any news of the nearby mountains? There was a camp there to the north.
Oh. Oh no. Oh yeah. Yeah, I came by there. There's some funky stuff going on there, man.
Oh,
You don't want to go
well.
there.
do tell.
Specify.
Half the village is like trapped in this time bubble. You can't go in. It's all just frozen. And all the
Ooh.
cultists around it are like, look at all this cool magic, man. Well, this is what the Ash
Huh.
Lords can do for you.
I'm gonna have to pause this for a moment. I have a phone call.
Yay.
I can hear you. Oh. I'm going to ask her to accompany us as we go there next. Let's see what you can do.
Oh. Well, I can try.
Investigate the cultist camp.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
What?
heading northward then, towards the cultist camp and see what they're up to.
Northward? No, what I was talking about is south.
Oh yeah, south. Sorry, again. Directions.
Shady will probably get lost in among 3 trees.
He can
Yeah.
find his way home, but he can't use a map.
Just mirror and hold it upside down.
Yeah, south. Southward to the mountain camp. And it's bubbles and cultists.
So, you're standing outside on the platform. It's not draining right now, but you can see like several areas where the tree line has been knocked over in the distance.
Hmm.
Do you have any news of Newbrick?
Newbrick? I've not been there. I come from the south.
Okay, never mind.
I mean, I didn't hear anything about any villages getting destroyed completely, other than, the half-time frozen town.
Okay, well that's no news is good news, I guess.
Usually is.
So we'll get. Oh, is the rope still there?
Actually, no. The rope's been. It's been someone took the time to sort of pull up the rope and wind it back up, and lay it off to the side near the curtain.
Oh, that's nice of whichever of us did that.
I mean, he probably got annoyed by the rope flapping and hitting the wall the whole time.
Well, yeah, it's still there. We'll let it back down again and climb down, get the horses.
The lady just kind of falls with her wings.
Well, well.
Your horses seem
I
quite
like-
fine despite the fact you left them alone for 2 weeks.
Actually, can I whistle up, scaly up here?
To the
Dang it.
wall?
He
Up
he would arrive if you like stand up there. He will arrive if he can hear you.
I'll try to whistle for scaly.
Roll me a d20 for a luck roll.
Mm,
Yep. Eventually, your horse somehow figures out that he can walk up walls and just shows up next to you.
Yep, I'll write down in style.
The mist just sits there and goes, "Wow, I guess that's why he's the boss." Might as well show off. But she just floats down. What if you left your camp up in any capacity? It's completely been destroyed since then, just by natural weather.
Yeah.
Well, not completely destroyed. It's just a mess. Animals and such. So what are you gonna do?
Well, Newbrig didn't bother to send after us, I suppose. So that's okay. They are not in any trouble at the very least, or they were just wiped out completely. So I would imagine we have the chance to investigate the frozen village.
Yep. So, let's head south then, to the mountain.
Well, you decide to make the smart move of not going straight into the mountains and first go back to the road that leads between the two places. And the instant you arrive at the road, you meet up with a small caravan of goblins who are heading in the same direction.
Hello there.
Hello.
Any news of? Any news?
Ah, not a lot. The usual, the usual.
Actually, have you any? Get us a list of happenings from the past 2 to 3 weeks. Maybe kind of traveling.
Well, there's been a lot of sightings of big, scary things. The watchmen have been very busy lately.
All right then.
And then there's the fact that the lighthouses have recently been activated.
And where
Any
have
news on
it?
Newbrig?
What?
Any news on Newbrig?
Newbrig
particular?
has a big old mansion getting built. It looks nice so far. I wonder who lives there.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they
A
waste so much
crocodile.
time and resources when they could be building up houses for other people, but who am I to judge? I'm not a...
They have the accommodation for all the current residents of the town.
Yeah, but it's all like tents. They're trying to set up a real place, you know.
Well, I'm sure a bunch of people will settle down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Shady's gonna need like 50 rooms.
So wait, is Newbrig currently a kind of tent village surrounding a mansion?
It comes down to it, really. Well, the inn is one of the few buildings that's actually like a building, but yes.
They probably found an old building and renovated it. Now they're building the second one.
You know, the funniest thing is that for
Yeah.
some reason, there was a crocodile there that was talking to the construction workers.
Oh yeah, he's the foreman.
What a place. What a
Yep.
place.
At the place.
We're heading up to Old Nistel. It's up in the mountains. Some funky stuff going on. Perfect to sell a couple of snake oil treatments. You know, give people some comfort of heart. But
Yeah,
with all
we-
them cultists making tributes and claims, we could use some protection. If you'd be willing to help.
well, sure, we hit it the same way.
We'll pay you 5 gold pieces for the day it'll take to get there. each.
Nice. Nice. Can we do they have wagons or something with them?
They have like big wagons pulled by animals that just are very funky looking, like drakes. Without
Okay.
wings.
Huh.
Would it be possible for me to take a nap in the wagon?
As long as you're
You
ready to
just-
fight, go nuts.
You just napped for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
but
well,
you came out of that with 2 levels of exhaustion.
yeah, my mind was napping, my body was not. Now it's time for my body to get some rest.
Not much happens on the first day, mind you.
I'm gonna be paying for the trip in lower denominations of currency.
You're
Because I
getting
need to get
paid
rid
for
of
this
those.
trip.
Oh, I'm actually getting paid. Oh, I thought it was us paying to join.
No,
Oh.
they're paying you for protection. Because
Alright.
the cultists apparently are making claims.
Yeah, we
You know how it
collected
goes.
protection money.
Yeah, it's a
Protection.
protection record apparently. Shrug.
Hmm. Okay, with the whole napping thing, can I lose 1 level of
Yes,
exhaustion?
you can lose 1 level of exhaustion from just taking a
I would
good
imagine-
old-fashioned nap.
Back to
I would
normal.
imagine I.
Hmm?
Never mind.
What were you saying, Como? Come on.
I would imagine I'm also lulled to sleep as we travel.
Most likely. You do feel your body's very tired.
Even assuming it is an artificial construct.
You still have to take your naps.
Yeah. I probably take them like while standing or something. just kind of put me in a corner. Like a mannequin.
Heh heh heh.
Yeah, that would be overboard. Just a regular sleep in a weird position on the floor. Tuck me into a flower, I guess.
Okie dokie. Let me just. Very frustrating, this. But as you travel along the road, enjoying the sights, enjoying the weather, it starts to get drier the closer you get to the mountains. The air gets fresher. Eventually, you start going up, and the air gets chillier, and you just pack under one of the blankets you can find. The problem, however, is that eventually, as you approach the actual, like, the village, a bunch of weird-looking fellas start to walk up to the cart.
Uh-huh.
They are wearing black robes with sparkly bits on them, and they look like they want some things. One that looks particularly sturdy walks up and goes, "So, you guys on a trip to the village? Hmm?" The goblin starts to plead his case.
I listen in.
The goblin basically says, like, "Oh, just hit a trade, run into costly trouble. Don't take my shit. Like, I got seasoned adventures. If you want to get into a fight, you boy."
Yeah, I wave.
I poke out of the in with, yeah, smile and wave.
A threat? Do you think you can get away with a threat? The Ash Lords
think-
don't take this lightly.
Well, the Ash Lords can go stuff themselves.
Blasphemy!
Well,
He
technically
shouts.
we're their servants, so, you know, we outrank you. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Huh?
Remember, we got their staff.
Well, you
We,
got
at the
this.
very least, we can drop some names or something and say, you know, this is under protection.
Well, you got.
But yes,
you
they
got-
can go stuff themselves, but wink, wink.
So, the goblin just kind of dives on the ground, hits the deck, as they say, as they suddenly start to come out at you because you've spoken ill of the Ash Lords.
Oh my
okay.
God.
I pull out. How far away are they?
So there's one guy right next to you, the cart you're in, and there's
Oh.
some in the distance who sort of keep the road blocked. in case someone else tries to suddenly pass by.
Okay, well, I'll call up my Sword of Slaying.
Roll me the initiatives. Well, I finally get to pull out my dice. Your little assistant is also with you, so you've actually got a decent party this time.
Uh-huh.
Wow, she gets a good one. Okay, we got an 18 on Shitty and 23 on Como Chameleon.
Yes.
Como, you get to go first.
Yep.
There are around 5 cultists standing like further up the road, and there's one like right next to the cart right now.
Yes.
You are on one of the carts. I assume you're close
Yes.
to the back or the middle or the center. I don't know where you are. There's at least like 3 carts.
Probably in the same cart as Shady, but since Shady went ahead to approach the dude, I would probably be in the middle.
Oh, is the my warlock's name in Mist Dawnfetter?
Yes, it is. Mr. Dawnfeather. I can
Ah.
edit it now.
Okay, because when you first said it, I heard it as Miss Dawnfetter.
Oh, well, technically both work.
I mean, she
Jesus.
probably wouldn't mind. Whichever way you call her. Well, I'm gonna let Shady deal with the dude that approached and threatened us. I'm gonna jump into the fray, quite literally. I'm gonna use my jumping ability, yes. And then I'm gonna use my Ambuscade to attack twice. Yep.
What are
let
you
me
attacking
roll for
with, and who are
attacks.
you attacking?
I'm gonna attack with my swords. I'm gonna attack the 2 dudes that are closest to me that I land next to. 1,
Okay.
2. And then I'm gonna use my Stalker to attack the 3rd one.
Oh, heck. What does your stalker do?
He scary maw materializes and just bites the dude's head. So that would be 2d6 plus wisdom modifier. So that's 2d6 plus 2.
Como. Let's reel it back for a bit. Using your stalker ability as a bonus action, using your second weapon attack is also... Oh, no, wait, you get an extra attack, yes. I forgot.
There we go.
So, yes, that works out. I forgot. I thought you were 2 weapon fighting. Well, then roll your 2d6 plus wisdom mod.
Yep. Roll 2d6
Plus 2.
plus 2.
Well, this is actually on your next attack, so I'll give you this one. Your big old fashioned sword slashy slash. You go at one of the cultists. They all look similar. Like it's very difficult to tell them apart. But
Uniforms.
You swing at one of them with all your stalker might, and he just collapses on the ground instantaneously. And the other ones are like, oh, and they take this seriously now. Like they look ready. Mist Dawnfeather is well, she's kind of in the back because someone has to be in the back. She runs up and tries to do some fancy magics with her hands. You're not quite sure what she's doing. Like she seems to have a completely different power set, as one would imagine. And shoots a strange like sort of it's a bolt of shadow that just goes every which way in the most just like the stupidest path possible.
Like a like light through a prism or something.
No, it goes like wibbly wobbly, like left, right, up, down, and then swirls towards the target.
Oh, it just follows a weird path. Okay.
Yes, and eventually it hits the one standing next to near Shady, and bops him for a little bit of damage. Ah, it's a baby hit. It's a weak baby hit. The cultist standing next to Shady takes only a measly 6 points of damage. That was a terrible roll. Whoa. But he seems like flinch as the bolt slams into the side of his head.
Can I tell what kind of magic she's using?
Not really.
It's probably Agony Beam from DC Comics.
It's more, I didn't prepare anything for her, so I'm just improvising the spells.
Ah, right.
That spell list. But it's your turn to go, Shady. How about you show them how a Shadow Lord does things around here?
Yep. I have my sword of slaying with my bursting blade thing, so I'll not sacrifice hit points on this. I'll just slash the guy apart.
With a magnificent set of slashes. Elegantly executed. Very fine. You hit him twice. And he just kind of stumbles back and goes, ah! You can see the cuts, his blood starting to soak into the robes.
Tough guy.
He's quite tough. He also doesn't seem to be wearing any armor, because you cut clean through him. Okay.
Not very smart either.
However, he gets to go, and you get to see that this guy doesn't just attack. Like, in between your attacks, he just unleashes flurries of attacks. Let's see. What's your AC again?
20.
20. In that case, he gets 2 hits. Because he is quite the fighter.
Let's see about that.
6.
I'll activate shield. Give me plus
In that
5
case, he
bone.
only gets 1 hit. And it's a 9.
Nine
Gets 1
damage.
solid blow in. Oh, wait, that's a critical. I have to roll again. Oh. It's a 10. That's a terrible critical.
Owie.
Just kind of decks you in the side.
Oh, and what damage type is that?
It's bludgeoning.
Yep, I'm resistant to that now.
Hehehe. Let me see. You must give me a dexterity saving throw.
Me?
Yes, Shady. You. The one who got punched.
Does the exhaustion thing affect this?
No, it doesn't affect saving throws quite yet, I think.
Uh,
Yeah, saving throws is 3.
okay.
You managed to
Many.
avoid getting knocked off your feet.
Oop.
Because this guy is apparently a monk of sorts. The ones in the back are they're kind of like they're sort of half panicking because for one, some dude just jumped in and basically cut one of them down instantaneously, and they all go in for attacks. Some of them are preparing strange spells. Others are taken out.
What race are they, by the way?
They're mostly human, but they are like very crusty, so they could be like elves and such. But all the robes make it difficult to tell what you're dealing with. One of them is a beast
So-
person of sorts, but that's it.
That is weird because humans are supposed to be like extinct or
Well, I mean like
whatever.
human-like, you know.
Aye,
Like I said,
humanoid,
they've got
just in
crusty
general.
they've got crusty skin. It's hard to tell.
Yeah, well, 6.6 feet 4 inches tall person just jumps in and just destroys a dude. I would probably panic as well.
Unfortunately, they all managed to get their blows in.
Yep.
Let me check. Oh wait, they make another melee attack. And they miss anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let me take the dice out. Como is hit for 5, 7, 11 damage. As there's just magic and spells and things coming at you from all over the place. Like they are
Yeah,
fighting in it's like very sloppy pack tactics.
I try not to show that I'm actually hurt for intimidation purposes.
Look at them laser beams going every which way. And with that, our turn rolls around to Boyga.
Yep. Quick question: the stalker assistance.
Yes.
I can use it basically all the time.
I
Or
think
is there a cooldown? There should be something to it.
there
Like once a
probably
day.
is.
Or... Let's check it out.
I'm pulling it up, and I have it available. Let's see.
Unearthed Arcana Ranger revised. Let's see.
Once per day is a bonus action.
That's pretty cool.
No, wait, that's if you want to manifest it. I don't get this. It's just so unclearly written. Yeah, I don't get this
Once
at
per
all.
day is a bonus.
Okay. So you've exhausted that. What are you gonna do?
Well, I can blow everything out with a mage, but it will take like a while to switch. So, what I would do is continue my attacks and spread them out a little bit. So I would use my swords.
You're gonna spread them out. You sure you don't want to focus fire?
Well, I was hoping I would actually do some decent damage, but apparently not. So this attack lands on the dude in front of me. This one just misses, and I assume I can use the bite attack as a bonus action at -5, right?
You can also use another curved sword attack as a bonus action, but you can also use a bite, yes.
Well,
But it's
in which
not in a
case, I mean-
-5. It's just a bite attack.
Okay. Nope.
Well, you managed to get a blow in, and you managed to get a sword in, but these guys are tough nuts.
Tough nuts. Yeah.
They're
Well,
tougher
we
than you
need a
expect. These guys are also
nutcracker.
wearing armor, so
Yeah, we need a nutcracker here.
the goblins are kind of on the floor. Mr. Feather is now besides Shady, and is actually going to spend her action trying to sort of get the martial artist distracted a bit, so Shady has advantage on his attacks.
Alright.
Is she gonna do the chicken dance?
She succeeds. Shady, you get advantage on your next turn of any attacks you make against this guy. As she's kind of like behind him, trying to grab him away, so to speak.
Okay. So,
So go for it.
right then. I'll try to slash this guy to pieces. How injured is he looking?
Well, he's looking not great, but he's also not looking. You don't know what to make of it, really. It's like he's almost
well.
unnaturally kept animate.
Holy
Wow.
crap.
You land some solid blows in there again. He's starting to look quite damaged now. But what is leaking from him now? His robe is soaked enough that it's starting to seep through. It is a mixture of that strange acidic goo and blood.
Okay. I'll throw in a mythic surge on that and inflict a small amount of extra damage.
And you just slap him on top of all of that. Just across the face with a glove.
Okay. Okay.
Hacking this guy apart.
Hack him into pieces.
Are the others the same way?
You haven't. Yeah, the one guy you cut down. At this point, you can sort of tell that it's not just blood they have in their veins.
That bite was probably disgusting.
So, that's another 3 unarmed strike attacks from this guy. Oh. And that is no hits. He's flaying around himself, but he's too distracted. And the fact is that you cut too deep into him for him to be able to land a hit. Trained as he is, he seems kind of panicked by the situation as it is. The other ones are on Como going for their attacks. And they also complete... No, let me... I forgot to roll this one. Okay. Como takes... Oh, wow. That's a pretty heavy hit for how little that should do. Como, you take another 8 damage, as one of them manages to sneak up from behind and hit you in the back with a dagger.
Oh no. That's a backstab.
Yeah, you do no idea where he came from. Like, you thought you had your eyes on all of them, but suddenly...
Ow. I have a knife sticking out of my back.
Yeah, it's
That
stuck in there,
probably
too.
looks... It probably looks badass.
Boyga, it's your turn.
Yeah, well, we've seen what happens if we let them stay close. So, I would like to attempt to charge one of them and pull him as far away as possible.
Okay. Roll
right.
me a strength check.
Yeah, how would... Oh, so I
Or
suppose that's how
athletics.
we handle, like, combat maneuvers.
It's all. I'm going to handle them right now.
How many of them are there?
Well, there's the guy in front of you, and there were like 4 or 5 dudes here, but now there's only like 3 of them left. Okay, Como, you succeed at pulling one of them away. What are you going to do with them?
I'm gonna charge him and I'm gonna push him like I suppose the regular walking distance per turn, so 30 feet.
You grab one of them and just sort of drag them along half your distance.
Yeah.
What now?
Half the distance, fair enough. And then I assume that's one action, or is it just the move action?
You could still make an unarmed attack on them if you wish. Sort of like choking them out.
Unarmed attack? Well, I mean, I have the bites. I would imagine that would work,
Go for it.
because my hands are busy. Yeah.
You manage to get a solid bite in and tear his neck out.
Yep. But it's disgusting. So I end up spitting and...
It feels terrible on your tongue, yes. It's very dry and ugh, it's dusty.
Yeah, it's like eating a bunch of sand.
Mist takes out her longsword and just goes in for the swing, and she is a trained fighter, and lands a solid blow actually. Oh, she has him all lined up. She doesn't just she stabs him. She hits him in the side and sort of holds on to him, giving Shady the perfect layup for a finishing blow.
Aha. Is this with an advantage again?
Yep.
Don't forget to strike a cool pose.
That being said, you
I'll,
don't really need advantage. You just hit like crazy.
Yeah.
You finish him off.
Try to hack off his head.
His head goes off, and just a fountain of nasty goo goes into the air.
A quick question
Yes.
about this. The double numbers. Is Shady rolling with advantage on this?
Yes.
Okay.
His body falls limp as his head is removed, and the juices come out.
Ugh.
Slash.
The turn goes to the cultists, who are kind of backing off a bit because probably the strongest guy of the team got decapitated. So they sort of start to run away now.
Don't let them.
You can make attack of opportunity on them if you wish, as they run past you.
You have fireballs.
It will take a moment to switch. But
They'll
yes.
still be in range if you do it.
Yeah. In which case, I once again, regrettably, request the assistance of a mage because apparently he's such a good crutch that I can't really help but employ his services. In which case, let me check something real quick. Yeah.
It's a little atomic smoke cloud. As you have successfully cleaned them up.
Disgusting. Since we spread them out a little bit, it's probably not enough goo to form into a blob again.
Well, the goo seems to be mostly inert. It just reacts. It's still like moving in a strange sense, but it's more like breathing motion, like sort of bubbling around.
Is it possible to actually like burn it or do something to it?
You could try. How do you want to burn it?
It absorbed magic the previous time, so it'd probably take out some oil from a lamp and just pour onto it and drop the light on the thing. Burn it with an actual natural fire.
Okay. The stuff is remarkably flammable and gives off a very sweet, like sickly sweet smell.
Huh. Can you describe it in more detail?
Try to imagine fried jelly beans.
So burnt sugar.
Yes.
Got it.
But then to such a like so sweet that it makes your nostrils go ugh.
Blech. I'm gonna step out for a moment.
Okay. Mr. Beep 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 beep.
So I turn to what Mist and say, and that's how you do it.
Ooh. She's impressed. Because you delivered some killer blows there.
You just need to have speed on your side.
She nods and sort of take mental notes.
Slashy. Okay. Does the corpse do anything weird?
It gets like chunkier and like it gets more ash crusted, as if it's sort of petrifying, but that's it. It doesn't seem to move or anything.
I'll give it a kick.
It's so dry and crunchy that when you kick it, you kick off whatever part your foot hits. Just kind of crackles and falls off.
Dusty fellows. Can I try to loot the body?
The cultists mostly had like some they had like daggers on them and stuff. I'll see how much money they have with a couple of rolls. Gotta pick up the dice. I don't want to pick up the dice. It's so much work to pick up the dice. Like they just had like random weapons and shit with them. But when you loot their bodies, you find like around 150 gold pieces. You also find some nice sparkly gems, but they're not worth anything. Like these guys don't know what's worthwhile and what isn't. Like the goblin kind of chuckles that they took this at all. You also find a few potions of healing.
Oh. How many?
2 of them.
Cool.
One on the big guy and one on the second biggest guy.
Alrighty. I'll hand Mist 50 gold pieces. Here you go, for your troubles.
Ooh, she's like, oh, I get paid. Old guy didn't do that. He just kind of told her to do things.
The old guy was a real ballbuster.
I didn't get to know him too well. He vanished quite shortly into when I joined up.
You're lucky. He was not too pleasant to be around.
Dear me.
Yep. New management is much more friendlier.
Oh, she's already noticing that much, yes.
Let's... I'll hand her a potion of healing as well. Yeah, just in case.
Oh, she thanks you. That's sweet. It shows you care.
Yep. And alive Hinchy is better than a dead Hinchy, as they say. More useful anyway.
Very true.
Generally speaking.
I think I might have to end it a bit because I'm not feeling so good. I don't know what it is.
Okay.
Going to Como's back though. It would be rude to end without him. Well, we'll do a bit, like until you get into the village, so I can set that up.
Yeah. So how far away from the village are we?
You can sort of see it in the distance. Like it's a bit further up the path. You can start to see buildings, like the cliff face and all.
Okay. So the cultists had set up a kind of toll station here.
Yep. And they were none too shy about it.
Oh yeah, can we see the spheres or whatever they were talking about from this distance?
You see weird distortions in the distance. Like weird bubbles of distortion.
Yep. Weirdness. Kind of fun. How I kind of end up using all my spell slots on a shield spell and nothing much else.
Well, you do treat it kind of as a melee fighter, so.
Yup.
Shield is one of the more useful ones in that case.
Hmm. Like, others could be useful, but shield is just so
Instantly satisfying.
just takes a reaction. Like I should probably use the
Hello.
save a slot for the mirror image spell if we get into another combat.
Well, if you get into like a serious fight, because
Yeah, it's a bit more longer lasting.
What
Cornwall,
exactly are the effects of exhaustion again? A penalty
right
on
now
rolls?
all you get is a disadvantage on ability checks.
I see.
So that's
Oh, yeah.
skill checks and such.
How many potions of healing does Poika have?
Let me check. Two.
Okay, you get a potion of healing and 50 gold pieces.
Awesome. I'm gonna chug it.
The goblins, thank you. You've been worth the money already. And they lead you further
Yep.
up the mountain. Not really caring about the dead bodies because they don't care about these people. You can kind of tell by their habits that this is not something they're unfamiliar with dealing with, and they've already kind of emotionally put themselves past caring about these kinds of people. Then
Well,
again, it might just be the usual goblins caring about money thing.
Maybe. Has this been like a regular thing? Have they run into this checkpoint before?
The goblin kind of sighs a bit and he leans on his cart. They're getting more common with the day, thinking they're hot stuff. They are tough to get rid of, but as you can see, it just takes a good set of adventures to get rid of them.
Yep.
They're
Well,
not
you
in
have
more civilized areas, though. This place seems to be the hot spot of them.
well, you're in luck, since you don't just have a ordinary group of adventurers on your side.
Mm-hmm. I can't
You
disagree.
have been graced by the presence of Shady Steel Singer.
Hey,
And-
don't you have a statue coming up? I saw a plaque with your name on it.
Statue.
And a Lord of Shadow.
I don't know what that means, but it probably means something spooky. So I won't ask further.
With the way he is getting into dragon layers, you'd imagine that would be a tombstone. Also, since this guy said thank you, I was looking for a damn picture. The moment has gone, but I wanted to reply with a pun.
What?
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Anyway, as you move your way up to the village, you start to notice weird distortions in the air. There's like these very light blue hues hanging in round spherical formations around the place. And within those spheres are people standing perfectly still.
Huh.
The village itself is segmented on several terraces going up the mountainside. The houses themselves are made out of mud brick or available materials. There's nothing special. You see several cultists and small shrines to different aspects of the Ash Lords, although you have no clue how accurate any of it is. Or if the Ash Lords even care about their followers.
They
Unlikely.
probably, at the very least, if not encourage, they at least tolerate us.
Okay. How many cultists are we seeing?
You're standing in the town square at this point, as the goblins are setting up their shop. You see at least 10 of them. And that's like what you can tell in a glance. It's like they're wearing the robes and they look like it.
I see.
I
I would like to chug my healing potion. The extra one.
Oh yeah. Do we get
How
our
much does that restore?
What do you say, Shady?
do we get our payment from the goblins?
Yes, they would give you 5 gold pieces each.
Yeah.
They would give you more, but you already got your money off their body, so off the guy's body, so
Okay. Healing potion.
I think it's like 2d4 plus something.
2d4 plus 2 is what I have marked.
34 plus 2?
2d4
I'll
plus
try
2.
to verify, but yes, let's go with that for now. I think it's 2d4 plus something, yes.
It's 8.
Potion of Healing. Yep, 2d4 plus 2.
I suppose this whole artificial construct thing is rubbing off on me. As I pull out the knife from my back, I was still there apparently, and I undo the 8 points of damage that it caused.
Hmm.
Heck.
Yeah, I'll follow suit actually. Just
And you're gonna pull the knife again? Stab me in the back and pull it out just for funsies.
heal. Yes, I heal myself by stabbing Boyka in the back.
Well, there's the vampiric touch.
Oh yeah.
You can have you can have temporary hit points, and you can just slap your
You could always
teammate
just take
and
a short rest and use your hit dice, you know.
that too. Well,
Yeah.
how short? Because we're literally in the middle of the village with.
It says an hour, but I'm like, you can take 10 minutes break to like sort of wrap yourself up a bit.
Okay, well, hit die. My hit die is 1d8, so
Well, in
You can
that
spend as many as
case,
you like.
in that case, I won't use my healing potion.
Bloop.
Something like that.
Taking backsies.
Just
heck.
Your
7 plus
hit
1.
dice are not d8s, boy guy. Yours are d12s.
Oh, well, disregard that then. 1d12.
Shady takes a baby break.
There you go. Wow.
That's kind of sad. You really can't get
know.
rest on this busy marketplace, it seems. So as you sit around for a while, you start to notice that there's like people who are sad and clearly lost people to this whole situation. There's individuals who are it's like scholars and sage who are like trying to research it. There's of course the cultists who are like, look at what the Ash Lords can do. Whoa!
Yeah.
If you walk down the road, you'll see what we can do.
It seems like most people
And,
ignore the fireball. Like you really don't get the sense that these cultists are in any way organized because they're just kind of walking around saying what they say and doing what they do, but there's no like rhyme or reason to it.
And
Wow.
by the way, I remembered what the resource thing was. It was for hit dice.
You already have a hit dice locator marker on your.
Huh.
It's like under your temporary hit points and above your weapon attacks.
Oh, is that what it's for? Why does it say 8?
Because that's the hit die you roll. You have 5 in
yeah,
total. You've got 8.
Yeah, well, I have a thing for counting the numbers then.
Okay.
Now I have 4 or 5.
Anyway.
That's what I had. Okay.
Eventually, like a sage looks at you and goes, "Hey, you're also here to see these unique temporal events, are you?"
Hmm?
You see the bubbles all around you, don't you? Things can't go in, things can't come out. Time frozen. They're like walls of air.
Yeah, can I go poking at the gears?
The
Like-
gears?
Spheres.
Oh, the spheres. So as you go to a sphere, you try to push it. You try to put your hand in or something. Nothing. It's like pushing on the most solid wall you've ever felt in your life.
Ooh,
There's just air. It's like a bluish air, but it's like completely immobile.
what does it feel like? It's like smooth or
It's like an infinitely strong breeze that stops right when it touches you.
I know exactly how it looks. One moment.
I love that onion slice in the computer. It's gonna make it cry. Don't make your computer cry. No bully. Well, Combo used us as usual research.
Yes, I have a particular video in mind, but I can't seem to find it in the first search.
Ball.
Okay. What are the cultists doing? Like they're just going about being
So
weird.
there's some that just go about. Some carry themselves in the air of professionalism, like they try to appear important. Others look more like gangsters and thugs, just kind of going around and like, hey. It's a real mix of things.
Okay. Are there any like normal people around?
Yeah, there's plenty of people that probably just lived here before this all happened. They don't wear robes. They look normal. Some of them are sad. Others seem to have gotten over the situation a bit more. Some of them are pleading with like scholars and travelers that have come by to investigate this phenomenon or take pictures. Disaster tourists are also here.
Okay. Well, I'll try to look around with my senses, like any relics, magics, weird weapons.
Your unique relic senses are tingling as you analyze this situation.
Hmm.
In the back of your head, you feel as if you've seen something similar to this before. You
Interesting.
get the feeling that so there are rumors of ancient relics that can control time, and if you break or damage such a relic, this is kind of what happens.
Hmm.
Somewhere in the back of your head, you have a vague direction on where to go, but it's too vague to really make out.
Okay. Can I do something to boost that feeling?
Focus on it, maybe.
Yeah. Focus on it or
With some expensive
meditate on it.
incense and particular materials, you could sort of like a diviner trying to enhance his divination spells. You could try to enhance your third eye a bit. There are
Well-
plenty of sages like trying all kinds of shit that you could probably acquire some for a decent price.
Well, I have a box of perfume candles with me.
I'm talking more like the price of 100 gold pieces, 120 gold pieces. You can get like special incenses that are specific to boosting one's ability to use divination magic or sense things in third eyes and such. You could use it around 3
Okay.
times. Like someone is like, "Hey, you wanna see this stuff in like the funky magic world?"
Okay, 120 gold, you said?
120 gold for 3 uses. Go around, take a look, see what people look like in the timeless zone.
Well, okay. I'll buy some of your gobbledygook incense and have myself a sit down.
You can't just light this in a marketplace, but you find like a house that's empty. Presumably, whoever lived here has since been frozen, because it looks like no one has been here for a while. You take a seat. You put the candles on, and the instant you smell it, like something awakens within you.
Ruby.
Everything gets sharper. Normally, the vision is kind of blurry, but now everything is crystal clear. You close your eyes, and you can see for just hundreds of yards away from yourself. You can see weapons and items and trinkets and such. You can even see through the timeless spheres themselves, which previously formed some strange obstruction.
Mhm.
And as you peek into this world, you can see strange strands coming from the bubbles. They all coalesce upwards, up on the hill. In an item you can see. It's a small, like, pill-shaped object. It's rounded, small, compact. It has a chain hanging from it. And it's sitting on a desk of an abandoned building. It seems damaged, broken. Somehow not quite right.
Mhm. Okay. Up in the hills. Do I sense any weapons nearby?
You can sense weapons like hanging above something that looks like a fireplace, like it's a very dim outline of a fireplace. You sense more weapons, more tools. It's a very expensive place where collector's items are found, you feel.
Hmm.
Huh.
Your senses seem to be broadened by this effect as well.
Is Shady describing this to us?
Well,
What's
Shady
the
will
names?
probably give you the lowdown once he gets out of it.
Yeah, Shady's currently. Yeah.
Like,
He's
you look at
sitting
Shady and you can just sense that he's not, like, he's floating around in other space.
I just poke him, he opens his mouth, and his assistant's voice comes out. It's like, Shady's currently unavailable.
This body is currently preoccupied with exploring the other planes. Please try again later.
Yes.
Anything else you wish to do with this out-of-body experience? Which is basically what it comes down to.
uh, do some scouting around, I guess. Look,
It's difficult to
like,
make out things where there aren't relics or artifacts because they give off a light that sort of lights up the area.
Hmm.
The building is consistent out of 3 floors. There's an attic, which is the 3rd floor, and there's one floor used for bedrooms and such, and there's the ground floor used for living. You sense a
okay.
small cellar of sorts in which there is a strange bottle glowing.
Hmm.
But
Can I sense any people around, maybe with weapons on them?
so you would think you'd sense people here, but all you sense is like the vague shapes of where people would have been. Like, you know how if you sleep in a bed for too long, it starts to smell? That's kind of what you're picking up on. Is like people were here for a long time consistently, and now they're not.
Hmm. Strange. Strange indeed.
You do sense odd disturbances, but you can't quite hone your senses to know what they are.
Okay, and falling back a bit, what about in the village?
The
Like,
village is like filled with weapons, and of course on the cultists who all seem to carry their own ornaments, on the travelers that all carry their own ornaments.
yeah.
Um,
Any of the cultists bear any weapons of note, like magical weapons or otherwise interesting ones?
well, there are of course the higher up cultists that act more snooty about it, that carry like enchanted weapons and such.
Hmm.
Some of them have
Okay.
enchanted shields or enchanted leather plates and such.
Okay. Well, I'll make note of those people. So at least I'm going to be surprised by them. Any weapons they might have.
You start to get a small headache from how much it costs to focus like this.
Hmm. Okay. Can I like there aren't people in the mansion or really nearby it? Are all the cultists in town? Or
To the best
can
of what you can sense, most cultists are in town and don't seem to be interested in the mansion because there's nothing like there that particularly strikes them.
okay,
Like
okay. So
if you didn't see the trails from the bubbles going up there, you wouldn't even like be interested in going there yourself.
hmm. Okay. Well, I dive back into my body and relay this to or all of this to Boyga.
Okay.
Heck.
Hmm.
You have a headache.
Uh,
Ugh.
I need some water. And how long? When did the spheres appear?
When?
Yeah, how long ago?
Well, the spheres were here at least before you even left Newbrick to head over here. They were here
Mhm.
for a while by now, which is why most people have sort of semi-gotten over it.
Ah, okay.
It might have been
So-
upwards of a month.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So it started shortly before, shortly after we disappeared off to. Yeah.
Well, people. Do people remember what was going on when the fears first appeared? Like, were there some new people in town or?
Well, nothing was really out of the ordinary.
Hmm,
Most people don't seem to recall anything special.
okay.
What they do recall is that shortly after this happened, like the mansion up top was abandoned. Like the people that lived there left in a hurry.
Oh, who lived in the mansion?
The people that lived up in the mansion, what am I gonna name them? Because I'm really bad with just making names up on the spot. The Werners.
Okay.
The Werners lived up there. They were notorious collectors of just trinkets and just random crap. Like some people
Hmm.
collect gemstones, these guys collect like, ooh, this looks nice. Like they'd buy a non-functional clockwork pocket watch just because it looks funny.
Hmm.
They supposedly made their fortune in near the capital by finding large sources of metal and materials, and afterwards just kind of settled far away from it because they didn't like the hustle and bustle. They left,
Mm.
claiming that something went wrong and their house is kind of in a cursed state and they don't want to go there anymore, so they would have left. People have kind of verified that yes, it's probably very cursed because some spooky stuff happens there. Like lights are going on despite there being no one inside.
Mhm. All right then. Well, that's something for us to explore. The spooky mansion.
Don't stay in for the night.
You shouldn't trespass and sleep on people's property.
Then again, you and I are probably scarier than whatever's inside.
Yeah. Okay, so shall we leave off here for today?
Next
Is
time,
it-
the spooky mansion. I'll make a map.
Cool.
for
Thank
once.
you.
Spooky mansion.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
Everyone have a good time.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was fun.
Excellent.
Fun.
Heck, yeah.
Is Dawnfeather still hanging around?
Dawnfeather has no reason to leave, so she just kind of sticks around, going, sure, why not?
Awesome. Yeah. Okay. We have another spellcaster with us.
Well, Dawnfeather is, she's more decked out as a fighter who uses spellcasters to augment herself.
Well,
Like, when
yeah,
she came up to the guy, she was like, hey, listen, I want to be the toughest son of a bitch out here, and he was like, sure, I can take care of that.
Yeah. So she's a X-Blade like myself.
Approximately.
Hmm.
Um,
Oh,
Like, you
something
have, like,
similar.
-1 strength. She's, like, big, strong, I'm going to smack you kind of strength. She has
Ah.
she has a big bow that you need a lot of strength to use, that kind of stuff.
All right. Yeah. I just use my charisma for everything.
She's more barbarian, actually, and she just knows a couple of spells off to the side.
Okay. So yeah. A blade mage. Still.
Yep.
Cool.
The magic stuff is mostly incidental, though. She only really uses it because it's just like, oh, the circumstances call for it. I can't attack them quite yet. I don't want to take out my bow. It's so big to take out. I don't have to waste time. It just takes the bow and it's like sticks. It's like, oh man, it's so big.
Yeah, that's why I just call my weapons to hand when I need them.
It's not an indoor bow.
Hmm.
Woo. What about you, Como? Anything to add or say?
All good so far.
Yay.
Hmm.
Enjoyed
Huzzah.
the thing. Enjoyed joking jokes with the dragon, although he didn't really find my jokes amusing. I stunned him so well. Still, it was fairly fun. I'm gonna pay him a visit later on.
If you
I'm
want
gonna-
to, you can.
I'm gonna go and buy a book, a big book of jokes, and we're gonna spend quality time together.
Okay, well, I'm going to end the stream on that one.
Thanks
Goodbye.
for tuning in. Goodbye.
Yep. Goodbye.